I deliberately clear and seal this space on all sides, all directions, above and below. And myself and each person who is here with us, and each person that listens in the future. And I fill that space with Source and followers of Source from the light. I am so thankful to be a direct channel for the Holy Spirit and the cosmic Christ consciousness. I'm honored by the presence of each of our master guides, teachers, and angels. I know that they hold the intention that all healing, all information, all releasement, all transformation, all integration is for the highest good and highest joy of each person here and anyone who listens in the future. I'm also thankful to be able to step aside my own personal beliefs and paradigms, my own programs, my own ideas and contracts, so that all information that comes through is clear, concise, and succinct. I do open the Akashic records to be able to see past, present, and future, and for this I give thanks. So it is good day to you. Good day to you. Very good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, dearest being. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And you. We introduce ourselves. Our name is Adironnda. Understand and know that you are the ones we have been waiting for. Professor Marilyn thought she was waiting for us, but we are waiting for you. It is time for you to step up to the plate. It is time for you to say, this is who I am. This is what I am doing. This is how I am living in this world. This is the action that I am willing to see. This is the action that I am willing to take. This is what I am willing to release. In order, we're just working on your leg. Is that okay?
Good. Working right there.
Yes. We are just... that is our job. This is the action. This is the time when you can no longer play small. You can no longer play in the background. You can, unless that is your joy. But we know that it is not. We know that every step of the way, you have that argument going on inside of yourself that is thinking, I want to do this, I should do this, I will do this, I'm going to do this, and then you don't do it. Then you just kind of sit back and say, well, maybe I'll sleep a little longer. I want to meditate, I want to get up and write in my journal, I want to get up and read all these books, and I want to get up and do this, and then just 15 more minutes of rest. Can't do that any longer. Otherwise, they'll wake you up in the middle of the night, off and on, all night long, until you decide to get up. Might as well get up. Understand that in this energy that is flowing right now on this planet, it is a catalytic energy. Is that a word? Good. It is a catalytic energy of change. It is the energy of when things were blue, they will now be green. And when you think that, but that is blue, and you know that it is blue, and you know everything in your body is blue, and you have be just so convinced of absolutely everything in your whole field, it has to be blue, then you look back and it's going to be green. And that is how fast the changes are going to occur. You've already felt them. We are in the eclipse, right? The eclipse is just 2 days from now. Starting at the beginning of this month, on the 11th or one other day in this month in August, the scientists were measuring the magnetic field of this planet. And it was raising just like it raised before 9/11. Now, take a deep breath. That doesn't mean we're going to have another disaster. Woo-hoo. That means that the energy is transforming to the extent because all of the light plurkers are getting together. You know your light plurkers, yes? Play plus work equals plurk. You know, it's going to be in the dictionary one day, we are sure. So the light plurkers of the planet are all gathering together. There's a dividing line across the United States. And that dividing line is coming together to meet with one purpose of harmony. So the energy of this planet is magnetizing higher. It is growing stronger. It is accelerating beyond where you even thought possible. And yes, it is possible that it may affect the electronics of this planet. So you do get to be prepared for plan B. Understand, because the energy is interrupting the flow of frequency. You've got a radio wave, yes? You all know what radio waves are. So you've got a radio wave, and all of a sudden, there's a huge block, like iron, in the radio wave, and that is what is happening on Monday. That there's a block in that radio wave, and a new radio wave is coming through on the other side that is being reborn afresh. Woohoo! How exciting is that? So if you're dependent upon your technology, know that there may be a moment there where everything will pause. We ask you to set that intention to be somewhere that is a sacred space for you. We asked our dearest Vessel Marilyn and the Joy to be on sacred ground. Now, this ground that you are standing on is sacred ground because you are there. But we wanted to amplify the sacred ground, so we connected to a space that is touching lives all over the planet at Unity Village of new thought. That the energy of that space was connected with new thought. And the new thought is coming through stronger and stronger than ever before. So, all of those feelings that you have of being stuck, I feel like I'm waiting for something, but I don't know what I'm waiting for. Does anybody else feel that way? I told you were not alone. You see, because it's like, I know I'm supposed to do something, I know I'm supposed to be something, I know I'm supposed to take action. But when I say, okay, what is it? There's like a blank slate. There's a blackboard ready for someone to write on it, or a whiteboard ready for a marker to come along, and nothing's showing up yet. That's because the entire planet is at that place of pause. Well, almost the entire planet, except for those like the Joy and the Vessel Marilyn and us, who we are saying, move this energy as rapidly as you can. We click, 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 click. How many different things can we get going in a few weeks? You see? Because you are the way showers. Do you know that? Maybe you should have the session, right? Tell the Vessel Marilyn, you are the way showers. You are the ones who are in front. You are the ones who are moving the action forward to hold the intention of love and light, to remind people that in these intense times, your place of balance, your place of trust, your place of love is up to you. Period. End of story. That is why you must be aware of what you think. Because it's not even what you say any longer. It is what you think, what you feel. It's in your heart center. It's in your energy that comes in your heart. You know heart math, yes? Anybody not know heart math? Heart math? The math of the heart. It is about learning to go into coherence and breathe into the heart and find that center no matter what you're doing or where you are. And we may try a little action and bring everybody into their heart center. Is that all right?
Oh,
Yes. And so understand that without that, you see the chaos. Without that, it may feel like everything is falling apart. Without that place of balance. Do you understand what we say? In that energy, every single thought, every single feeling is a purchase order. We hear our vessel going, oh, change my bracelet. Yes. Because everything is coming up to be reckoned with. Everything. Not just the small stuff. Not just, am I going to live here or am I going to live there? When you shift your consciousness and truly become who you are, everything opens up, yes? And it lays itself out like the plan comes through. So trust in this stillness of the pause of your life. That is going to shift on Monday. Now everyone that listens to this on Thursday or Friday, it may be the following Monday. You see, you all each are on your own perfect timing. And it depends on how quickly you wish to move forward in that timing. It depends on how that energy is showing up in your world and what you are doing with it. If you're still saying, I don't know, what is your purchase order? Exactly. If you're all right with not understanding yet, that is fine. Because there are things that are yet to come that you may not be able to see. If we had seen this group, we may not have been here. You understand what we say? Yet it is so significant for this group, for each one of you. The last time we did a group this size was maybe 5 years ago. It is like we are sitting here thinking, we haven't touched somebody's knee in a long time. We like that.
I like it too.
Yes. You see? Because you understand that everything happens for a reason. And when you set your intention that all is in divine order, then how could you argue with that? And yet you say, we hear people all the time say, all is in divine order. I know it's in divine order. But why does it seem to be so difficult? Well, it's divine order. Do you want it to be difficult? It can be. Watch this. Yes. It causes us to roll our eyes too, you see. Because that is the energy. But if you really believe that no matter what happens, no matter what the pain, no matter what the struggle, no matter what the emotional trauma, no matter, so somebody drives a car into a crowd of people and people are killed. What horrible. What happened as a result of that? Awareness. Awareness of the division of a country that cannot be divided. You understand what we say? A person drives a car in Spain. Now, all of the people who chose to leave at that time, they volunteered for that mission. That was their contract. They may not know it on a conscious level, but it was their contract. You understand? So what are we doing, you humans, with that information? To know that sometimes really terrible things may come to pass. But if that is in divine order, what can you do about that then? How can you respond in an enlightened, aware, awake way? So all of the people of this country were sending energy to, what is it, one of the Carolinas, north or south, or one of those places over there. So Marilyn says, do you not ever watch the news? No, we do not. And all of the energy in that capacity. Now all of the people on the planet are looking at that dividing line in the eclipse, that they want to be on that energy. So you've got people of all faiths, all beliefs, all programs, all imprints, all energies, all classes, all status symbol, all levels of money and non-money, all coming together to experience one primary event that they believe will shift the consciousness of this planet. Do you know that? That even people that have no clue what is going on, they believe that something major is going to happen to shift the consciousness of this planet. And you each are a part of it. So with that energy, is the dividing line a dividing line? Or is it a meeting place? Huh? So, how many meeting places do you have? One on Monday, but other than Monday. How many meeting places do you have? How many places in your world are you doing what the gift to you, Kendara, is doing, to gather people together for that strength, for that energy, for that place, for that soul daylight donut? You know? Doesn't everyone love daylight donuts? For that soul treat. That is what you do, is have a soul treat. So what is your soul treat in your life? What is it that you are doing in your life? What is it that you are being in your life? What is it that you are experiencing in your life that is your soul treat? That is your avenue of joy? That is your mission? That is your purpose? One of the most asked questions is, what is my purpose? We'd heard that. Do you know what it is?
To be happy.
Exactly. You've heard us before. It is to find your joy. And live that joy, no matter what that looks like. So, that at this point in time, you have volunteered for this mission on Earth. And we are asking you to gather people together. Even if it is just two of you and you're coming to the convergence to meet your soul family. Even if it is just, you've been to our conference, then it was a walk-in conference. Now it is a Visionaries in Light Convergence, because it's not about being a walk-in, it is about carrying the vision of this planet. You understand what we say? Question about anything. Anything in the whole world, yes.
I have a hard time keeping my vibration raised. I just wonder,
how do you keep your vibration raised, huh? Well, we're working on a program right now that has 21 ways to raise your vibration.
Okay.
So you see how you are foretelling the future. So what's your email, huh? So
it's on there.
Excellent. So when you feel the density of this planet right now, and it is a bit dense right now. There's a lot, your relatives, your friends, your this, your that, may sort of drag the energy. We're asking each person to place themselves into each day into an energy of a crystalline octahedron. That's like two four-sided pyramids stacked on top of each other. A crystalline octahedron of energy. So anything that comes out of someone else is not going to go into your own cells, but is going to hit the side of that octahedron, the pyramid, and slide up to the top and be transmuted through the violet flame. That's one way, is to just not absorb all the negative energy from the world around you. Another way is any repetitive motion will raise your vibration. Any repetitive motion. So you can sit and watch television, go like this. Yes, that will actually raise your vibration. You can do, toe touches or move around, walking. Movement raises your vibration, especially when you do it with intention. Now, some people call that movement exercise. We don't believe in exercise because that sounds tough. So, but movement. Your body was made to move, yes? That raises your vibration. Holding the focus of one energy in balance raises your vibration. And as you hold that and breathe into that, you can feel the vibration of the room raising, yes? Breathe into it. You understand? So holding that focus will raise your vibration. Don't watch the news.
Oh, I don't.
That lowers your vibration.
I haven't seen it for years.
Drinking out of blue bottles, which we're all out of them. Yes, we don't.
I have yours.
Yes, that raises your vibration. Meditate. You meditate, yes?
I have trouble with it. I'm working on it. But
So,
this is helping.
So instead of working on it,
Yeah.
you see the difference? Very good example. Thank you.
Yeah.
Instead of working on, yes, here you go.
I'll put it on this one because normally I put it on the other one.
There you go.
I know it needs to change.
And if you need a smaller one, it's over there. So in that energy of raising your vibration, to meditate, sit in the stillness. It is very easy, isn't it?
Sorry.
It is what you choose for it to be. It is what you choose for it to be. It is exactly what you choose for it to be. Because who else is going to make that choice? Who else is in charge of your mind? And we know when you stop and sit in the stillness that everything on your body starts to itch. The phone rings, the dog barks, someone comes to the doorbell rings, and the phone and everything is happening, and you suddenly get famished, tired. You think you're going to pass out because you don't have any food, and you know that you've got to go to the bathroom right now, otherwise you're going to wet the chair, and all of those things are going to come into play. Yes? Yes?
Honestly.
We understand. So we're going to ask each of you to make a commitment to yourself and to us for this next 7 days. So only 7 days. And we want you to tell us what happens at the end of that 7 days. We want you to set a timer on your phone and sit in the stillness. No music, no guided meditation. Sit in the stillness and breathe in, pause, and then breathe out for 5 minutes. And that is all. Breathe in, pause, breathe out. Let's practice. Breathe in, pause, and breathe out. And breathe in, pause, and breathe out. Can you do that for us? And if you really, it causes you to yawn, yes? Because your body's not getting enough oxygen. That is, that is the reason why when you sit in meditation and you take those deep breaths and you start to yawn, it might be because you're staying up all night. But we believe it is because your body is not used to having that much oxygen in it. And it is accelerating that and asking for more. You understand what we say? So as you are breathing in and breathing out for the next 7 days, 5 minutes a day, if you feel the need, if your mind starts to wander, say, okay, I give myself permission to wander. Then come back to your breathing and touch your heart. Just your heart. That will bring you back to your center. This is all we ask of you. Can you do that for us? 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 Can you? 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 Can you?
Yes.
Can you? She's back there. So, then in 7 days we want you to send us an email to let us know how that felt. You see, it is also about self-realization. It's about accountability. It is about knowing that, humans are such wonderful beings. They're so complex. They have an excuse for everything. They know that it's going to be hard no matter what happens.
That's what we're told.
Exactly.
It's what we're programmed.
Exactly. It has been programmed from before you were in the world, while you were still in the womb. They have children now that are coming in and are popping out knowing how to walk. So, but you are not that way. Instead, you were imprinted with, oh my goodness, all those imprints, all of those programs of life has to be hard, I can't be silent, I can't do this, I can't do that, just because you've always done it that way. Well, that is not true. Because everything, the way you did it before 2012, is not the way you can do it now. And if you try it, it's going to get very frustrating for you. How many of you felt that frustration, huh? Hello?
Yes.
Thank you. You see, we know we're not telling you anything that is brand new. But with that energy of how do I raise my vibration? That's where we started, right?
Yes.
How do I raise my vibration? You are the one that is in charge of that. How many groups do you go to?
A few.
And how many times do you meditate on your own with a movement?
I don't.
Start that.
What do you mean with the movement?
Tai Chi.
Okay.
Or if you don't, you can take a Tai Chi class, or you can just stand and hold a balance and hold a focus there.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
That is with movement. Walk with intention. I am walking into the next step of my life. I am leaving behind anything I don't like. Huh? Good idea?
Yes.
That is with movement. That raises your vibration. You can actually raise your vibration while you're washing the dishes or cleaning your house. You can clean it with intention. When you set an intention to anything, it shifts the consciousness of your world, if not all the world around you. Yes? Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Next question, eh? Yes.
The pause.
Yes.
That you were speaking of,
Yes.
I don't know, something bigger than just this word pause. Would you want to share about that? Or I think you mentioned the word chaos.
Yes.
That might be, I'm using the word like a bigger chaos than just my saying it.
Yes.
So just not a real specific question, but just those two things caught my attention when you were sharing earlier.
So the pause when you're breathing is about actually slowing your breath down, slowing your energy down to almost take a pause with life. And when you take a pause with life, to just be present in this moment with no air coming in, no air going out, just pause. That is what we are doing on Monday at 1:09 Central Time, 11:09 here, is taking a pause in the energy of light to honor the dark. And when you take that breath into the very present moment and hold it for just a second or two, and then when you release it, you can feel, well, we felt it, something came out. Yes? And it's like, that is elevating your energy. That is helping you be more of who you are. Did the dark come in just then?
Yes.
How perfect that the universe gives us an example. And here's the light. And then, what else did you... Oh, chaos. From chaos comes change, yes? Sometimes, as you can see evidence in this planet, on this planet, within the people of this planet, when you see that evidence, it is like a big stirring pot, and there's not a single particle that matches another particle, and so it's all stirred up together, and nothing will match together, and nothing goes together, and everything is crazy, and people are driving their cars and creating human bombs, and because they don't see what is beyond the chaos. And we're asking you as light pluckers to see beyond the chaos. We're asking you to realize that from chaos comes change. Sekhmet. Brings forth destruction and manifestation and creation at the same time. So what is it that you are destroying? What is it that you are creating? That is where the chaos point is, when you are in between destruction and creation. When all of those particles, this is new, isn't it? When all of those particles, as you call it, as Adironnda calls it, are moving around, finding their new magnetic force. So who is in control of that magnetic force? Huh? Exactly.
I was hearing the pause in relation to that idea, you know, as if a pause that's in that...
In the chaos.
In between destruction and creation.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And if it's useful to share if, like, how that's related to Monday, the events.
There is a pause in the entire planet on Monday. No one can predict exactly what is going to happen. It is the moment in between destruction and creation where you are plunged into darkness and trust that the light will be again. That is the information. As you are redirecting your own destructive tendencies, the spark of creation is started anew within you. And what you do with that pause is very significant. What you do with that moment of total stillness, when you do not even have air coming in or out of your body. is powerful. Your creative spark is igniting, not like a wildfire, like a firework, like a sparkler, is igniting the aspect of you that you left here thousands of years ago. No matter where you are or what you are doing, whatever you are doing is no accident. That is why the entire country and more are taking a pause in their energy to be present with the darkness and the coming light. That chaos that will be before the pause will be intense. There will be cars going everywhere. There will be people in a panic for fear they may miss it. But you can't. Just like you cannot miss the sun coming out from behind the clouds. It will be present. No matter whether you are inside or outside. No matter whether you are in a meditative state or you are drumming. But in that moment, we still ask you to take a pause and create the harmony that you wish to see. Which means that every hour, that harmony is going to be anchored around the planet. And the cycle of 9, because it comes in at 9 minutes after the hour, the cycle of 9 is about ending the cycle of darkness, ending the cycle of pain, ending the cycle of chaos, ending the cycle of destruction, and moving into that creative light. That is why the divine link of Maryland and the joy are going to be standing in a place where it is 99.99% visibility, because they are the way showers of ending that cycle. They are the way showers of advancing that newness. They are the way showers just as you are. Does that help? Yes. We will see you again, we are sure. Oh, you see how that energy shifts. Sekhmet has never come in before in a group, ever. Besides to do the wonderful sword. So lucky you, keep you awake that way, huh? See what a good meditator you are? You have questions, yes, about anything. Or we just blew you all away, huh? What time is it? Oh, good, we've still got lots of time. Yes, it's always time. Do you know that every time you believe that you do not have time to do something, you are correct? Every single time. If you don't, I don't have time to do that. You are right. You don't. But every single time you say, I don't have enough time to do anything, you're also right. So how can that be? Do you know that time is not a linear thing, yes? Time doesn't actually exist. It's just numbers on a clock that hopefully is big enough for a person to see. So in that energy, that the time is actually going to take a pause on Monday. Yes.
You'd mentioned the Akash.
Yes.
It changed, and then just it sounded like other changes since 2012.
Yes.
I was just wondering how that might have an impact on, or just the people in this room.
Yes. The Akash, the way you go into the Akash now is completely different than you did before. Even 2 years ago, it was completely different. So, anyone not know what the Akashic records are? The Akashic records are every thought, idea, situation, event, experience, conversation that you have ever had from the beginning of your soul until now. Whether the beginning of your soul were 40,000 years ago or 20 years ago. So that is where all of those records are stored. In the olden days, they believed that they were stored in the physical cells of the body. They are not. They are stored in your field around your body. That is new information. And with the field around your body, you can control your environment. That is why we have always said when you shift, the world around you shifts, yes? That is because your field bumps into someone else's field, and their field either matches yours or comes to grips with yours or comes against yours. But the way the world is right now, it is all coming together. It is all acknowledging that your field is working. We have a wonderful video. You can see it on thank you. That YouTube. And it is Joe Dispenza did a test where he took 100 metronomes. English, it is just one of those things. 100, you know what the metronome is? It is a little device that works on the Earth's magnetic field. In the olden days, they're not electronic. They are electronic now. In the olden days, they worked with an Earth's magnetics, and they keep perfect time. Click, click, click. So they played them on the piano. So you know, when you're taking piano lessons, you can learn to keep the same time. Yes, and they took 100 of them, and they started them all at different times, and in 2 minutes and 47 seconds, they all began moving at the same time, which is physically impossible, because they are not affected by emotion, or are they? They are not affected by intention, or are they? They are not affected by the fact that, oh, well, my neighbor is going click, click, click in a different way than I am. I want to conform. Click, click, I'll click with them at the same time. Or are they? And if that is the case, that means every single aspect of your life is being made manifest through your Akashic records, through your field, every moment of every day, every millisecond of every day, and you are affecting everything that is around you. That is why we ask you to raise your vibration to the highest possible vibration. And in the Akashic records, there's a record keeper that anything that has stopped you, blocked you, took you maybe what you felt was off course, any tragedy, any emotional turmoil, you fell down and hurt your knee and you thought, I am never going to ride a bicycle again. You may never, because of that injury. And that injury may have started 1,000 years ago where you had your leg cut off or something like that. But what we are finding now, we like to go into the Akashic records to find out what your strongest quality is, what your best talent is, what the most fun that you could possibly have in your life, what that is. Isn't that great? Then you would know your purpose. Yes. Yes, because it would all revolve around your greatest talent and your greatest skill, yes? So in the Akash, we teach a class. You can look at it online, leverage your Akash, where we go in and out of the Akash 4 or 5 times in less than an hour with a group of hundreds of people, 100, 200 people. You understand? Would you like to go into the Akash now? Oh, let's. And when we do, we're going to take you through a visualization first. So we want you to imagine. Not all of you have ever been in the Akashic records, correct? The Akashic records are your records. They are not some foreign energy that you can't ever access, although there are lots of teachers. Is anybody here teaching how to get into the Akashic Records and getting paid for it?
No.
Oh, good. We didn't want to insult you. We've had a couple of teachers walk out of our classes before. Because it's all different. It's not hard. It is easy. Wake up.
I'm listening.
Okay, good.
Listen better with my eyes closed.
Oh, do you call that meditation?
Maybe. I don't know.
So, center your energy, take your things off your lap. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, do so. We're going to ask you to go into a journey, and then we're going to open up your kosh. Whatever happens is right. Do not question it. Even if all you do is just see gray. We worked with a client a few days ago. She said, every time I go into the Akashic Records, and she's working through guilt, every time I go into the Akashic Records, I just see gray. And so he said, well, what is the texture of it? She's like, what? What is the texture of it? Well, it looks like stripes, like woven, like maybe woven fabric. Oh, well, is it soft? Is it hard? Well, it's soft. And we're like, how do you know that? We don't know, she argued with us. And we said, well, okay, so let's just imagine that you're going to pull back and look at that gray fabric thing and see if you can see the edges of that gray fabric. And she did. And she said, well, it looks like a cloak. She says, well, am I imagining this? Maybe. Are you emotionally involved in it? No. Well, then you're not imagining it. Because the imagination will get all the ego, get all excited and think, oh, I'm doing this. And the Akashic Records, it is a detachment. Anyway, she was one of the people that put the Master Yeshua in the tomb. And she's been punishing herself ever since. When we pulled back and looked at the whole, she saw the stone, she saw, and it's like, and you said you couldn't see anything, huh? Now, she didn't see it with her eyes. She saw it with her perception. You understand? So allow yourself to be neutral. So take a deep breath. And release that breath. And again. And just take another deep breath slowly in. Take a pause. And then let it flow out. Take another deep breath in. And let it flow out. We're going to ask you to start by imagining yourself just sitting somewhere that's very comfortable to you. Maybe this room, maybe somewhere else. Doesn't matter. And when you have a nice, clear image, just take a deep breath in and just feel that comfortable place that you're imagining. And look around and imagine that your guides or your angels are there with you. Even if you've never met them, they're from the light. And imagine what they may look like or feel like. Just allow your imagination to flow into that energy. What do they look like? What do they feel like when they speak to you? Allow and receive your primary guide from the other dimensional realm coming before you and speaking, and feel the vibration of their voice They may not move their mouth, but you may feel it inside. Allow that guide to speak to you, communicate with you, a message that is just for you. So you feel that vibration or sense that vibration. And when you sense it, when you have that knowingness, just anchor that in and gently touch your heart to anchor that energy in. Just breathe into that energy and know that you have a guide, an angel that is just for you. That they love you so much. They're always with you whether you're aware of them or not. And they communicate through almost a subtlety. And just imagine what that subtlety might be like. And then we're just going to go into your Akashic records with our intention. And we're going to go into the record keeper of all of your existences. This life and all the other lives that you've ever lived, past, present, or maybe future, on this planet or any other planet. In this galaxy or any other galaxy. So just breathe into what your Akashic records may look like. Are they volumes of books? Are they Rolodex files? Are they computer screens that move with a thought? Are they something that you touch? Do they go on for infinity? What do they look like? Allow, if you have trouble sensing them, allow your imagination to just imagine what they look like. Or what they might look like or feel like. What you might sense from that. Just breathe into those images. And we form like a soundproof booth around us all. So any distraction from the outside will not draw your attention. That your attention will be totally focused on your own Akash in the field of your body. And we're going to ask the Akash to show you the one record in this life or any other life that carries with it the energy and information of your own personal greatest talent or skill. Your own energy of something that you are so good at. Breathe into that image. Breathe into that energy. Try your best not to argue with it. That greatest talent and skill is a part of you now. You may have ignored it until this moment. However, it will play out in the time to come if you say yes and allow it. And if you have a difficulty in sensing that skill, then look at the colors, look at the energy, and pull back and look at it from a different viewpoint. Look at it from higher above so you can see all the details of it. What is the color? What is the energy like of your greatest skill, your greatest talent that is, if you allow it and say yes, will play out in your purpose? And feel your cells almost smile to have that energy revealed. Feel yourself saying yes to you, to have that reckoning. Look down and see what it is that you're wearing. Maybe there's an indication of time there. Look around and see all the details and let your mind just fill in the blanks if necessary. Breathe into that image. Acknowledge that image. And then touch your heart. To anchor that energy in so you can return to it. Take a deep breath and pause and then let it out. And again. And feel the energy beneath you, the chair. Take another deep breath and move your shoulders around and come back to the present moment. How did that feel, huh?
Incredible.
Yes. So, anyone see anything they hadn't seen before? Anyone sense anything they hadn't sensed before? Sometimes we use the word see when we really mean perceive or have an energy. Or maybe there's a blank slate there. Maybe it's all blackness. Well, pull back. Remember the gray cloak. Huh? Our vessel Marilyn went in with us and she saw something that she hasn't seen before. We've been teaching classes, yes, on how to go into the occult. She saw something new. Yes. Yes, she saw herself in this lifetime. And when she was 4 or 5 years old, she would line all of her cousins up and tell them stories and charge them a penny for it. She is a storyteller. Very much so. So what about some of the rest of you? What did you sense? What did you see? What did you feel? What did you hear? Yes?
I finally saw a guide. The guide gave me his name.
Ah.
And I found out what my mission is. And it felt so right. So thank you.
You are most welcome. It is always nice. You know, your guides, sometimes they seem a bit elusive. Even though you know they're there, you know they somehow communicate with you. You know that you're connected with them, and you get the message and the mission. Congratulations. Yes. Do you want to share what that is? Oh, good, because we're very curious.
Should I tell my guide's name, or do they like to keep it quiet?
You know, ask your
My
guide.
guide's name's Nathaniel, and he's tall, dark hair.
Excellent.
And my mission is to bring people together in whatever way I do it. And I saw like the table over there with and you just do it in any way you can. It's like, well, that's what I'm doing. I don't have to go out and save the world. And that really felt good.
You don't have to go out and save the world. Yeah, I love that. Your mission is to just bring, we're repeating it so the recording, that it's just bring people together in whatever way you can. What a great mission.
Thank you.
Yes. Who's next? Who would like to share what they sensed or saw or felt or experienced or... Yes.
I saw purple. I saw the color purple moving.
The color purple moving.
I felt like I wanted to pull out some kind of imagery, but I couldn't. But it was just purple.
So when you get this recording, we want you to follow the meditation again. So the color purple normally represents crown chakra or royalty. It is one of the highest vibrational colors, if not the highest vibrational color. So we would say that you probably don't even know what a high vibrational person you are, but you're just stepping into that. You're just awakening to that. It may mean that you are wearing purple, or you may mean there could be lots of things. So the symbolism of the movement is what we say. So when you get frustrated, when you go, because it's like, show me more, I don't understand. That energy, then it's like the images start to dissipate. So instead just say, the color purple. What is it? Can you show me more? Can I look at it from a different perspective? Can I go above it? Can I go below it? And look around to see that energy. We would say royalty. And maybe something that you had done will cause you to go in the opposition of that royalty now. So, but the royalty in that greatest talent, people listen to what you say, yes? You don't say very much. Yes? But when you do speak, people have a tendency to wait for you to get your thought out. So they honor your wisdom. And you're a bit afraid of your wisdom. So the Akash is letting you know what your strongest energy is about, opening up to the crown, opening up to the messages from your guidance system, and it's time that you do. You understand? Does that help? Who else would like to share something? Oh, yes. We saw a whole cavalcade around you.
Oh,
Yes.
So I felt when you're asking me to bring the guides in, and thank you for accessing the Akash and the field. Going up into the never quite worked well for me, but it's like, oh, I get that. I can feel it all around. So it's
Yes.
another way for me to pull in. And so I felt, first and foremost, very strongly Mary Magdalene on my right hand, and she's my, just recently, my recent guide to help me where I need to go next. Master Jesus is on my left. Isis very strongly over on top, over lighting everything. I've been working with her, and now Magdalene is coming in. Underneath, dolphins and whales. And then going back, I was back in at the temple of Dendara, which I've been absolutely obsessed with lately, and I'm working on going to Egypt in November. I need to be in Egypt in November, and so the understanding of what was done in the temple, connecting as above, so below, as within, so without, working with that energy, working things energetically at the subatomic level, healing, love. There's a lot going on at that temple.
And you see how clear that was.
Yes.
Yes, and you've got Mary Magdalene on one side and Yeshua on the other side, and Isis up behind you, and the wisdom of Egypt coming into you. And just if you decide not to go to Egypt this time, you can go to Thailand with the Vessel Marilyn and the Joy in November, and go to Egypt with them in 2019. But you see how clear that was. And you think, well, why can't I see it like that? How long have you been working with the Akash?
I always say it's not my strength. I never really work with it.
So you see,
You discovered a new way with that.
A new way to
a new way of going into the Akash, and that is the energy. If you're trying to get into the Akash, that CD, it takes you in the old way. It's still good. You could still work with it, but there's new ways now. So understand that is how simple it is. And you get that much clarity. And the more you work with it, the better you get. You're used to working with energy, yes? You're used to accessing your intuition, yes? So that is what we are saying. You may not be used to that. You may not be accommodating in that. Or you may get the intuitive thought and you may argue with it. Yes? So congratulations.
Thank you.
So what is your greatest talent and skill? Don't think about it. Just know that it is right there.
I think it is accessing energy.
Yes.
It really is knowing how to work it, how to read
Yes.
it, how to magnify it, heal
Yes.
it.
Exactly. And you have the capability of going into someone's body and saying, there's an energy block there, and this is what I need to do about it. Even though you didn't learn that in any book. You just know it. Very good. Anyone else like to share anything? You had a lot of action going on over here.
Do I?
Yes. Yes.
I just saw myself riding a horse.
Ah, your greatest talent and skill is horse riding.
Yep.
What do you do now?
I'm a nurse.
Well, isn't that interesting? Do you ride horses at all?
I used to have a horse, yeah.
And what are you going to do with that information?
I will let it take me where I need to go.
Oh, perfect answer. Let it take you where you... Maybe it would be of benefit to rent a horse at some point and go ride one and see what happens.
Yep.
Yes, because there's something about, what does the horse represent? Travel, yes, movement. The horse also represents paying attention to what you eat and what you drink. The horse's most vulnerable point is when they're drinking. Yes? Because they've got these little spindly legs. They don't have a really strong foundation, but they've got a really strong body. You see? See what that means to you.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Huh?
I also got a deep purple that just kept moving. It looked like the elastic of a balloon, and it just seemed like it would stretch out and come back in. And then I'd get these little images inside the purple that were funny, like an adult nose, and then I got a little image of a ultrasound, like if you're pregnant, like that, and then another image of this little tiny hand that just curled out for just a minute. I didn't. That's about it. I had a lot of other things going on, but nothing that I could pinpoint what it was.
What we have found is that when a person goes into the Akashic, their own Akashic records, when they first go in especially, they may have the exact same image every time. It may be purple. It may be purple. For the vessel Marilyn, it is mist. She feels mist and clouds on her face. And we think that, to us, that seems obvious that you've got a nose. Is it an adult nose? Is it your nose?
It wasn't my nose. It was an adult male nose.
So, in that energy and a possible baby, a possible energy of a soul, was it you? Was it someone else? Is the hand, the baby's hand, that is reaching out to touch you? So in that energy of what it means, what is your greatest talent and skill, when you put all of that together, you are very good at smelling out the good rebirth in people. You are very good at seeing a situation for what it is and not becoming attached to the outcome, but holding that creative energy of a newborn, of innocence, and you want to get your innocence back, of viewing the world as an innocent instead of the challenging way that it has proven to be for you. So we would say that innocence could be one of your skills that you are rekindling now. Does that make sense to you?
Completely.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And the more you listen to this, the more details you will get.
Okay.
Remember to pull away, look at it. We went in one time and all we saw was wood grain, and we were working with someone that was afraid of water, and we pulled back and we saw the boat, and she was walking the plank.
Oh.
That would make you afraid of the water.
Yes.
Yes? Anyone else?
I had to,
Ah, yes.
kind of when you were starting out guiding us into the Akashic Records, kind of a maze, but the maze was just ever changing, like that movie Inception, really quickly to get to kind of a kaleidoscope of rainbow colors that were more like jewels that were lit from within, and that went by really quickly. And then I was reminded of a memory that I had as a little boy, and it was me as in a different body, like on the steps of a Greek temple, asking for guidance from a teacher, and then that morphed into the question, what's my greatest talent? And the first word I got was being a good listener, and that kind of opened up in the word interpreter. Then I felt like, okay, I'm a little overwhelmed by this, so it's going to take some practice to settle on what it is, but that was all new to me. So
All new to you. We love that. That is our job. You've got your money's worth then. You see in that energy, you went in and you just were neutral. You didn't have any perception of what it could be or what it might be, what it's going to look like. You just, it was maybe almost a surprise when this showed up and there was a teacher and then there was you, and you were listening. You were interpreting. So take a deep breath, dearest. We see that you as an interpreter, many different lifetimes you worked with that interpretation. And maybe that is why you stopped listening so much, even though you're a pretty good listener now. You were one of the scribes, you know.
okay.
You know what we mean by a scribe of the Holy Word? They call it a Bible now. But you really argued that point. Because you said, that is not what we're getting. You're changing the interpretation. You had the correct interpretation and will possibly put to death because of your interpretation, which was truth.
Okay, that resonates a lot with
Yes.
for sure. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone else?
I do have a question.
Yes.
In my vision, I was wearing these striped green pants with tan sandals with little toes that curled in, and I would love to get some clarity on that.
Well, the image that comes to us is of, what are they called? Jester. Yes.
Okay.
A jester. What was the purpose of the jester?
To bring people together with humor.
Yes.
Thank you.
But one thing that was unique about jesters is they could often address the king in a way that other people couldn't.
Yes.
And they were given freedom to express themselves in a way that other people would have been punished for.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you are a wonder at that.
Thank you.
A wonder, taking a situation and understanding that you have a way of expressing it, so anyone that is in your viewpoint will accept it as perfect. Yes, that is one of your gifts. Yes, excellent. So, we've had much to talk about today, eh? So if you want to get any more clarity, we'll have to do it another time. You got to speak fast in this energy, don't you? You see, by being silent, that is also about you. Having the concern, maybe it is whether you are expressing yourself, maybe it is whether you are receiving clarity, maybe it's because you had this black wall and you didn't see anything, or you believe you didn't see anything. Maybe it is for one reason or another. This is why this group was this size instead of the size that it normally is.
I was kind of embarrassed because you came all the way, because I'm happy it's this size.
Yes, but it is our job. Our vessel Marilyn and the Joy know that they will always be taken care of. Always. No matter if there's 10 people or 10,000 people. Understand that it is perfect, because if there were 60, we could not do this. Correct? Correct?
Our special visitor may not have come through.
Exactly. Exactly.
That may have taken a small group for that to happen for the first time.
Exactly.
And so many of them were last minute people, which was kind of neat, who decided today to come.
Yes. Yes. So as you see, all is perfect. All is perfect. So what is your intention for this eclipse? What is your intention for you to go into your Akash? What is your intention for the stillness to be reborn within you? What is your intention when you say you can't meditate, but much of your life is a meditation? You understand?
Mm-hmm. I do.
You see, did you need to say something?
I don't know. Mine's just all orange. That's what I got there.
Ah.
My color, soul color or something has come through as orange recently. And I am a bringer of joy.
You are a bringer of joy and the sun and creative and acknowledging your own sexuality and acknowledging that energy of moving forward with your creativity. We see if you go into that orange color, and when we look at your Akash, we see almost orange curtains that you can spread back and go through and see what is on the other side of those orange curtains. Does that make sense to you?
I think it's interesting that our picture, I have my only orange shirt that I own is in my picture with Marilyn and George. That was before I knew anything about the orange.
See, it's all perfect. That's just confirmation. Confirmation. You know, if you hear something 3 times or notice something 3 times in a 24-hour time period, the universe is confirming that you went into the Akash just perfectly. And seeing, and the fact that your only orange shirt was taken with the vessel and the joy. Huh? You understand? We're going to activate each of you with our selenite swords of light. Is that all right?
Yes.
Yes, and understand that whatever your intention, to have cut away, removed whatever is in your highest good to be removed, and activated whatever is in your highest good to activate. That is our intention.
Oh, no. God. Oh, the tip came on.
Oh, that just means it's got more power.
Okay.
Bet it works just as well.
You see, the brain thinks, oh no, it's broken, it won't work now.
Now it's got a wider beam.
Exactly. That is what we have found. We have broken more than one. And what we find that the energy comes up to the end and it expands this way, instead of this way. So understand that this carries just exactly as much power as anything else. That is the intention.
Can we stand up for the activation?
Oh, yes. Please do. You can stand. You step back here. We love you each so deeply. We see you. We see who you are. We see your love, your light, your joy, your commitment, your honoring, your innocence, and your wisdom, your trust, your action, and your interpretation of that action as you are moving forward to listen with more than you ever thought possible, to accept your mission and step forward in it and get out of your own way, and to continue gathering those around you, and to sail like a horse into your life, and not think of yourself as small, but think of yourself as who you are. We love you. We trust you. We know you. And we bid you namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.